let's talk about Hallows Eve. So Hallows Eve, I was interested in this character as soon as she was introduced in Amazing Spider-Man. I actually bought a variant issue of Amazing Spider-Man 14, which was her first appearance in Volume 6. And yeah, it's one by, let's see if I have it here, by Felipe Massafera. And it looked super cool, super badass. I was really excited for this character. So far, she's underwhelmed a bit. And we're going to go into some of the reasons why. I think Hallows Eve, her limited series, kind of showcases the best and the worst, and why she's limited. And there is a lot of potential there for Hallows Eve. I think that she can be a really great villain for Spider-Man going forward, but she kind of needs to get out of Ben Reilly's shadow. The whole her and Ben Reilly. Right now, she's just a girlfriend, basically. That's all she is. And it's cool that they're giving the girlfriend superpowers. You know, they gave Mary Jane finally some superpowers. I don't think she necessarily needed to have superpowers, but I'm okay with it. I'm going to see where they go with it. I like Spider-Man and Black Cat together, and then Black Cat, when she finally actually got some superpowers from the Kingpin, her bad luck superpowers, I don't feel like that changed the dynamic really. I mean, she was a super cat burglar before, and now she just had some superhero powers that weren't like super intense or make her super strong. Anyways, I digress. So on to Hallows Eve. The first issue was all right. It showed off some of her masks and the different abilities that they have. And that's really like her design is the best part about her. I love her design, and it's why it got me hooked on this character. Why I wanted to check out the limited series, because I wanted more of her. I'm just like, okay, that they're not giving me enough substance in her first appearance. Like, it was just very brief in the dark web little run that she was a part of. So I was hoping that we were gonna get a little bit more. We did, but just not enough. We got some cool masks, and she had some cool abilities, and the masks allow for a lot of allows the character to be able to change and keep fresh. So that is what I'm excited for. So the first issue is going to help you get caught up on the story in case you haven't read the Dark Web series, which I highly recommend. I actually have done a review on it. It's a really fun series. It had me laughing out loud as I was reading it. So you should definitely check that out beforehand, but you don't have to if you just want to read Hallows Eve and you're just interested in this character and want to know more about her. You can read it just on your own. Anything that you need, any sort of information beforehand will be told to you, not in a boring way or anything like that. I mean, so if you have read the series before, it's not like they completely rehash everything. They go by it pretty quickly, so I think they handle the recap well. The thing is, it's tough getting invested in a character that is just badass looking. Not that it can't work, but it's tough having that character try to carry their own series, even a limited issue one, without a ton going on with the character. And I think that's why they had to flesh out Venom more, and because Venom was just a badass looking villain. They just wanted to eat Peter Parker's brains, and that was cool. And I mean, Todd Phillips, and Todd McFarlane drew him very well. And that's like another reason that Venom was just Venom looked badass. But there was, there's a lot more going on to him. They've obviously developed a lot more. And so the same thing, they can do this with Hallows Eve. I don't think it's going to be as cool as Venom ever, but Hallows Eve can be more fleshed out. So there is hope for Hallows Eve. The villain in this is Maxine Danger. I don't know if you're familiar with her. This is the first time that I've ever checked out anything from her. She's kind of a joke villain. Danger is not just her middle name. It is also her last name. And she heads the Beyond Corporation, and it's just not a compelling villain at all. So that kind of took away a little bit of the danger aspect of it all. Now, the main problem I have with Janine, and I kind of said this before, is that she is just a girlfriend right now. She's Ben Reilly's girlfriend. Everything she's doing is just for Ben Reilly. And, I guess if we see that in some characters, it can be like endearing, like they're willing to do anything for the person they love. I get that. But I don't get enough of her personality, of who she is. It's just the loving girlfriend right now. And with like cool, badass powers. Yeah, cool design for sure. But you gotta be more than just a loving girlfriend, you know? So I'm not willing to give up on her yet. I think that there's a ton of potential here for her. Even like the worst case scenario, she's just gonna be like a cool recurring villain, you know? A villain that you're just like, oh, okay, that's fun seeing that villain again. And you know, a fun little arc with Hallows Eve coming up, even if she doesn't like have anything past that. But I feel like she's popular. I mean, she's popular enough to get her own series. Maybe they already knew that. Maybe they kind of, I mean, chances are that they had already issued and greenlit that series beforehand. Or maybe they checked to see how the sales did of Amazing Spider-Man 14 before they did that. But it came out pretty soon after. So I feel like they were just like, yeah, we're going to try to push this character hard. And, you know, I hope it works because I like Hallows Eve. I think there's a lot of potential there. I just need more. So as far as my recommendation, should you read Hallows Eve? Well, I don't think it's a must read. I think it is something where it's a quick read. If you're interested about Ben Reilly, if you're interested in Spider-Man, and if you're interested in Hallows Eve, then yeah, then it's worth it. It was a good enough read where I'm gonna like keep the comics. These aren't, you know, like, so for one, like Silver Surfer Ghostlight, that is a series I'm just not gonna keep. I'm never gonna read it again. Don't need to read it again. Hallows Eve, you know, I might just, you know, maybe sometime around Halloween or something like that, I might just pick it up and read it. Like I said, it's 5 issues. It's a quick read. So yes, I would say you should pick it up, but if you just don't have the funds right now, if there's other issues, if there's other series you're looking, you know, saving up for, looking out for, totally get that. I don't think you're missing out on anything by not reading Hallows Eve, but I think if you do get it, you won't regret. Thanks so much if you're checking out this video for Hallows Eve. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time on Why I Collect Comics.